What's up? You and I listen to the smooth grooves of Carolina Slim. Boy, let's go. I'm finna take off on these niggas for real, ain't no more second guessing. Time been wasted and niggas been out here contemplating about which way to go. Oh yeah, I'm going up. I'm never staying down, I'm never being stuck. You see the music, the messages, and the melody. Put you in places on stages that someone never see. I'm ducking felonies, I'm ducking fuck niggas. I'm in the studio whipping up with some dope niggas. We mixing package, the rapping, and then it's straight to you. Then hit the scene with that bag, you know how players do. This one goes out to my niggas, that's out your rap hustling. Just keep your eye on the prize, don't let it stop nothing.
I woke up on a different type of vibe. Like what a day it is to feel fly. I put on my attire, hit the gas to boost up my high. I guess it's time for me to take a ride. Southeast side, this young quarter piece acting shy. I'm like, sweet, okay, you outside. Listen, I got you covered, this whatever. That's on my tab today, I'm trying to push my love inside of you tonight. Okay, that's a bit. We left, but later on we met. We crept, I cause she got that water. The boo-boo head fire. On me, oh my, her tricks ain't for kids. Shout out to whoever taught her. I'm splashing in the water.
When we step out, dripping like a faucet, we so fly. Bitches run up on us, we them guys. Been in corners, boss, and we so high. It's alright.
Yeah, been in corners like we're supposed to do.
It's alright.
Yeah, and we standing on the top looking over you.
It's
Ain't got no time for
alright.
that sucker shit. See me, I'm on the grind, I'm out here getting rich. I got my tunnel vision on, ain't got no time to miss. Unless it's with a real bad chick, tryna stack up dividends. Ain't got no time to lay ride on niggas tryna get down. I'm looking for a handout, I'm moving on up. Jefferson, when I step out, I'm clean as fuck. Foreigns, I'm pulling up. A fly fast nigga with big
It's alright when we step out, dripping like a faucet, we so fly. Bitches run up on us, we them guys. Been in corners, boss, and we so high. It's alright.
Yeah, been in corners like we're supposed to do.
It's alright.
Yeah, and we standing on the top looking over you.
It's alright.
Y'all motherfuckers, make sure y'all tune into the E-Weed Media page, goddammit. Like, subscribe, and share this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's E-Weed Media, YouTube, Facebook, all platforms, Instagram, all that shit, man. Shout out to everyone in the motherfucking building. My nigga Gator the Bill. My nigga Big Business in this motherfucker. Yeah, like that. You and I listen to the smooth grooves. I'm finna take off on these niggas for real, ain't no more second guess. Time been wasted and niggas been out here contemplating about which way to go. Yeah, I'm going up. I'm never staying down, I'm never being stuck. You see the music, the messages, and the melody. But you in places on stages that someone never seen. I'm talking felonies, ducking fuck niggas. I'm niggas. Late night. I don't give a fuck where you go. In the late night. Yes, sir. Holla at us in the late night. I don't give a fuck where you go. Away. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome y'all to the Late Night Podcast. I'm your host with the most, Carolina motherfucking Slim. That way, now, sir, what?
Yes, sir.
My boy to the left, who you be?
Hey, man, it's your man QZ Ball Buddy from the Bird with the Beard. Bless him. What up, what up?
Yes, sir. My boy to the right, who you be?
I be boss man with the plan I chop. Yes, sir.
That way. Big old shout out to my brother behind the board, man. Obi-Wan. Your baby mama what?
Mama favorite baby daddy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Damn, how you know all that?
Hey, man, look, bro.
What you tell? Bring what?
He tell a churn. He tell you them kids only want no sauce, just ketchup. With the nugget. He already know the line, man.
He's a bad mother.
Got you right.
Hey, man, we got a very special show tonight, man.
Hold on now.
Y'all see we got a guest.
Okay, come
and
on now.
I guess we gotta, announce who he is, right?
Come on now. Yeah.
Good brother to the left, who are you?
Yes, sir.
Jason Belton, running for Secretary of State for South Carolina.
Come on now.
Yeah. Say that one more time.
Jason Belton, running for Secretary of State of South Carolina.
Come on now.
Big business. Big business.
That's right.
Big business, man. Right before we get into the show, man, you know, we always do a quick mental health check, man. We always check the head tops, the helmets
Right.
of the brothers at the round table. Boss man, what's going on with you, man?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. This week right here was a lot of work. That's what it was. My daughter, she was processing herself out of school, so.
Okay.
You going to homeschool?
No, she ain't doing no homeschool, but at the same time, just in the school.
Oh, in the school year.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, the way you made it sound like it was like a forever thing. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, I wish I knew how to do that. I would have been processed myself out this motherfucker.
Nah, just that whole process, cause she going from elementary to middle school.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she about to go out there to Atlanta to go to middle school.
Oh, how you feel about that though?
I don't like that. But I know it's necessary because she need to be around her moms. As a man, you only can raise them kids to a certain level, especially when they're female.
Yeah.
Not a female, but a grown woman.
Yeah. A young adult, a young woman.
A young woman that I know nothing about becoming. So with that being said, I'm starting to fuck out. So you know what I mean? She get on down the road. But that's for the best. So in that sense, I'm grateful that she got somewhere to go.
You still got some more bullets in the gun now. You can shoot the club up one more damn time.
I mean, ain't nowhere yet, but
you know what I'm saying?
At the same time, when it comes to her, you know what I'm saying? She got to, that's the transition she about to make. So just that whole process is what I've been going through this week.
Nah, dope.
So
that's what's up, man. QZ, what's going on with you, brother?
Hey, man, I'm in a deep dope space, man. Again, just kind of coming off of the launch, man, for the videos.
Yeah, congratulations too, brother.
Already, man.
On all your endeavors.
Make sure y'all check it out. QUEZEE, I'ma Be Cool. The official videos drop, man. It's on YouTube now. All social media platforms, you check it out. I'ma Be Cool is available on all streaming platforms, right? So y'all check that out, man. A lot of reception, good reception from it, man. I'm getting a real good feel. You know what I mean? Folks like to gas you a lot, but this don't feel like gas. You know what I'm saying? You know how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody that know you, man, that's dope, man. Man, you keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Shit trash. You know what I'm saying? This don't quite feel like that, man. It just don't quite feel like that. So who knows, man? But I'm getting a lot of good reviews, man. It's feel good music, man, that people can relate to. So I dig it, man. You dig what I mean? So yeah, man.
Friend to the room, my new friend to the room.
Come on now.
we call it brotherhood.
Brotherhood.
Yes, sir, that works. Yes, sir.
What's going on with you, man? How you feeling, brother?
I mean, right now, like I told you, man, I'm running for office, but I'm in these communities trying to show our black communities where the power is at.
Come on now.
We can do this.
Okay.
We can take the power from them who think they have the power.
Right.
Yeah.
And right now, black folks gonna be 60% of the vote. So it's gonna take our communities. But when we show them that we can take over this vote, we can take this power here in South Carolina. And that's why I'm running, because they need a familiar face that they understand.
Yeah.
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 Man, as far as me, man, just getting over this. Last week, man, had death in the family, man. One of the matriarchs of the family
Condolences.
passed. So that was a tough pill to swallow. But it wasn't like it was like something that came instantaneously. It was a process that we all knew that was going to happen. So it wasn't, it was something that we were preparing ourselves for, man. But it's good. It's always good to see family in those events, man. And you know how that shit goes all the time. Man, we gotta do this shit more.
Right.
Take stuff like that.
Until somebody die again. That's what we want to do. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But for the most part, man, it's always good to see family. Always good to love when you love ones while you can, man. And it kind of draws you back to the importance of how how fragile life is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's a fact.
And it kind of gives you a different perspective every time you deal with a situation like that. So that, you know, for me that was a good thing. That's what I got out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's always something you can take from any situation.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I took from that situation, man. But you know, moving forward, man, life has to continue to go on, and you know,
that's right.
Next week is another week.
For sure.
Yeah, man. But getting into the show, man.
Okay.
Secretary of State.
That's right.
A lot of people have heard the title of Secretary of State before.
Right.
A lot of people don't know exactly what it is.
Right.
So since you're running for Secretary of State,
Already.
it's no other person I should ask.
Right.
What that job entails than you, brother.
That's right.
So give me a synopsis of what Secretary of State is.
Okay. So number one, Secretary of State is a statewide position. So that's number one. A lot of people hear the word secretary like it just deal with the governor or something like that. But what they deal with is all your business filings. They regulate your charities and nonprofits. Now in other states, they directly mess with the voter rolls and make sure that those are in order. But here we got something called the Election Commission. But what happens is the Secretary of State has so much power so far as an advocate for South Carolina. He influences places like the IRS and the Election Commission and these things. But when you're filing for businesses, that's who you're dealing with, Secretary of State office. When you're filing for nonprofits, that's who you're dealing with, the Secretary of State office.
Okay, dope shit. Right. So dialing back, right? Since we already know what that job entails, thank you for that good,
right.
For that good explanation of what that is. But from your humble beginnings, man, let people know where you from, and you know how you started on your journey.
So I'm from Blythewood. It's a rural area over there by Columbia, you know. But I had challenging beginnings.
Okay, as we all.
A lot of people call it gangs, but I start off in what we call street level organizations, which is amongst our black folks that join when they don't feel accepted in the communities.
Right.
So I had my influence there. I never been a menace to the streets, but I always had some sense of influence in the streets. Right. But when I realized that a lot of them knuckleheads didn't want to listen and really gain some power, and I realized they weren't on the same time that I was on, I started changing my circle.
Right.
And I got around some folks to say, hey, you can use these same influences to influence the elections, to influence those that are in office with the exact same people I'm hitting the clubs with, the same people I'm promoting these clubs with. Now, instead of promoting a rapper, we promote a candidate. Instead of promoting a party, we promote a political event. So I learned what power was, and that's what transitioned me over. One of the other things is I seen the mindset of a lot of these folks that's in what they like to call the gangs. And I knew I had to change that mindset,
Right.
So I stopped there if we can roll it around on that. But that's my start, and I don't run from it. When I go out and speak, I let them know the challenges that I came on. Those challenges, the same thing that took me in a federal case. Where I had to show the government, I'll take and go to war with you as well.
So, I mean, do you feel comfortable speaking about that?
I do.
Okay, so let's talk about it. The federal case, what kind of case was it?
So it was a federal drug case. They was connecting me and saying I was a liaison for the Mexican cartel in California. So drugs was allegedly sent to South Carolina. And they were saying because of my influence. So when you start getting influence, you become a target of not only the government, but politics.
Right.
So with the influence that they knew that I had in the state, they connected me to this drug ring that I never was a part of. So they tore down my name. They had all the folks that I was running with politically that I thought should have my back. Because we come from the streets, one thing we know is brotherhood and sisterhood. So I had that same mind frame in politics. I understood that most of them are cutthroat that's around you. But anywho, they tore down my name. They had all these folks demand me to step down from my position. But I knew at that point that I had to not only redeem my name, but vindicate it.
Right.
So a lot of people always talk about redemption. Redemption is when you actually did it and you're trying to redeem yourself.
Right.
But vindication is saying you got to go back and take back what you said. Because you wrongfully accused me. And that's why I took it to trial. I won in the 3-day trial. I made the judge declare a mistrial because I put the federal agent that was over this whole case from state to state, we put him on the stand. And we made him admit that he manipulated the evidence that was against me in this case. So we ended up getting that case thrown out. But I was dealing with this for 9 years now, 2017. So I just beat this case.
Right. Well, congratulations to you, man, because that's a unicorn right there.
It is.
That's a unicorn. A lot of people don't beat the federal government.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And because like we were talking about off camera, they have a 90 whatever percent conviction rate.
99,
Damn near close to 100.
Yeah.
If it's not conviction rate, and that's only because a lot of people plea out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't take them to the door. But they also know the consequences when you take them to the door.
Right.
They're gonna knock you across the head.
Yeah. 20 or 0.
Yeah. So it's like
that part.
Sometimes so in those situations, a lot of people just weigh out the options and say, okay, well, even though I might be innocent of this crime,
right?
If I just plead to this, I can come home back to my family and just commit a time. But again, man, hats off to you, man. Congratulations. Moving forward, man. So what got you into politics, man?
So like I said, I started off as what they call a club promoter, event promoter, rapper, singer. I did all that. So I gained a lot of influence, as we call the streets, but in the urban communities. And I was already having street teams out promoting like my CDs and promoting parties and rocking with other promoters. So it was a brother named Brother Craig, very strong brother, come from the Nation of Islam. Shout out to Brother Craig. It takes us having somebody that's a big brother that may not came where we came from, but understand us. Right. And then I realized a lot of these politicians, not only they don't understand us, they don't represent us. They can't represent them, they don't understand us, right? So he told me, hey, all this movement y'all doing, it's another terminology for that politically. Again, instead of a rapper, it's a candidate. Instead of a street team knocking doors and passing out of cars, that's an organizing team. Knocking on doors, calling it canvassing. So what I learned is the systems that I was utilizing in the urban world and entertainment world was transferable to the political apparatus. Right. And once I learned that, good Lord.
It was over with.
Yeah, money fall right behind it.
When you're out servicing, right, because you referenced that earlier, so when you're out servicing and you're in these neighborhoods, what are two-sided question. Are you getting, are people receptive? And number two, what are you seeing in terms of how people even see what you're doing and how people even see politics in
Right. Well, let me say this. When we talk about politics, we talk about partisanship. We talk about Democrats, Republicans, right? Now, what made me first be more intrigued about the Democratic Party, because I realized that the base of our people are so in line with the Democratic Party. They love it. Now, I think it's bad and evil on both sides of that line.
Definitely.
No doubt about it. But the thing about it is, in order for us to get the freedom that we're looking for and the power that we're looking for, we're going to have to join one of those parties, right? So I seen the Democratic Party had the majority of our people. But the problem is in South Carolina, we're losing as a Democratic Party because our black folks that are registered, right? It might be registered, some not, but they're not coming out to vote. But see, they blaming that on us. But to your question, the reason I'm getting a lot of excitement is because they know that I am them. Right? Okay, yeah. A lot of times we don't pay attention to politics because we don't see ourselves in none of the people. Right. We don't. They don't speak to our heart, right? So I know I've been in these communities even before I jumped into politics, right? Because like I said, that was my beginnings. But the thing about it is when you see somebody that's you're like, oh man, that's something to make me come out. That's gonna make me watch what that brother doing. Yeah. So when I go in these communities, a lot of them have already seen me, already been in the community, right? So that excitement is rolling right now. They just like, whoa. You see a brother's story and you watch them come from where he was and slowly move up the chain politically. Oh, really? That excites a brother. That's love. So I've been getting a lot of love all over the state. And my way of engaging them is letting them know the power is in their hands. See, these politicians, they come in our neighborhoods, they say what they say, but they don't let you know the power's with us. We can actually control the demographics of how things move politically here in South Carolina. Okay. We came to Orangeburg the first time. I think I asked you the name of the park. It was Harmon Park, right? Yeah. At that time, I had just locked in with, at the time it was called the Democratic Black Caucus. There was a brother named Johnny Cadero. He was the chairman of that. And his job was to make sure he get the voices from the black community and take that up to the leadership. So that was something I was feeling. Oh, y'all want to hear us? Yeah. So I called on brothers like Jermaine and other brothers like Jermaine in other counties. But here we brought almost 100 folks.
Yeah, we had about 100 guys.
To Harmon Park. Over 100 black brothers and sisters.
There was out of Bamberg, Orangeburg.
Yeah. So all out of
okay.
Like 25.
That's right. You know what I mean?
Dope.
Johnny Cadero started crying out there.
He did. Because
He
they're not used
inspired
to
me
seeing
though.
that.
That's what made me follow that trail, because he
Yeah.
was like, he ain't seen nothing like that since the Civil Rights Movement.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was like, the fact that y'all can get young black men to even pull up to a spot.
Yeah.
To hear
He said,
that.
man, that'll shut every political system down, because that's what they feel.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's why they keep throwing these Trump charges on
Exactly.
folks, you know what I'm saying? To try to get them off the street, because they already know.
They're scared of that, man.
Yeah, if you got any kind of voice, a lot of us got that voice, we just don't utilize it. They love that we don't utilize it.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm talking about?
So I got a question, right? So you represent the Democratic Party, right?
Yeah.
Okay. My question to you is, because I'm not a Democrat or Republican.
Right.
Kind of what
Most of us are independents.
Right, independent, right?
Yeah.
My problem with the Democratic Party is the liberal white women and the homosexual movement.
Right.
That's aligned with the Democratic Party, right? How do you how do you separate that? Or how do being a Democrat,
Right.
even if you don't agree with that, how do you move within the party with things that you don't agree with?
Well, number one, let me address what you first said. See, I'm not scared to talk.
Okay.
I'm not scared to speak my mind at all.
And this is what I don't see. This is what I
That's
don't.
why they love.
And that's why we can take this.
Yeah.
All right, so like I said, when it comes to politics and when it comes to folks is saying it's all terminology, right?
Right.
When we talk about the LGBTQ communities, they have took a strong hold on the Democratic Party, right?
Definitely.
And what they call that and use the terminology for that is special interest groups, right? Because that's their special interest.
Right.
And what they do is they heavily invest into either a candidate or, like you said, the Democratic Party.
Right.
The Democratic Party is easily moved by money.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. I don't hide that at all. These are some of the things I'm trying to change.
Right.
Because what happens is now we're saying if you don't got money, you're not electable. Right. When the power and what it should be about is the people. Right. So those folks got together. And keep in mind, I got nothing against the LGBTQ.
No, it's not even that.
Oh, no, I don't think
but my whole point is, if that doesn't align with what you believe,
right?
I think that's the reason why you see a lot of black men go to the Republican Party, because they're like, I don't like that. I don't want my son in the bathroom with, you know what I'm saying?
Because they got too much control.
Right. You get what I'm saying? So I think that's the thing. And my question to you was a valid question. How do you feel like as a representative of that party?
Right.
How do you maneuver through that? Even though I don't know, I didn't ask you the question whether or not you even like that. But if you don't, how do you?
Okay, I answered.
Yeah. How do you even? I'm assuming, because you know what I'm saying. How do you?
This is my thing. But number one, it's really all down to folks are scared to be uncomfortable and speak in uncomfortable settings.
Right.
One thing I do is I have these conversations with the leadership or the status quo and the establishment of the party, right? So I'll say this. One thing I do believe in is everybody having their rights, right?
Yeah.
I believe in it. But I don't think nobody should have no stronghold on a movement that's not just represented by them.
Right.
They're not the highest percentage as it comes to Democratic Party.
Right.
So I do believe they should have their rights, right?
Of course.
I'm not a part of the community, but I do believe they shouldn't be hurt. I do believe that they shouldn't be oppressed, you know?
Right.
But I'm also against them having too much of a strong arm on the party.
Right.
It does appear to be that.
Yeah.
I'm still investigating that. And I'll say this, I don't think nobody should have a super majority into no group.
Right.
Because that way it can be swayed any way it want to be. And that's why I run so hard, because I'm uncontrolled. Right. I'm not ran by any group, but you're right. Those special interest groups have took a strong hold on the party. It's have turned off a lot of masculine men.
Right.
And not even men that's just masculine. It's turned off a few people that's even part of the LGBTQ.
Yeah, because everybody ain't on that.
Right.
I mean, you know, it doesn't, like, it's a thing, right? It's a line, and at this point, shout out to Dave Chappelle, they've become habitual line steppers. You get what I'm saying? Because okay, we give you, they keep moving the goalposts. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we cool. All right, here you go. There you go. There you go. Yeah. It's like, come on, bro.
Right. Yeah, ain't gonna stop.
Come on, man. Like, what are we doing at this point, right? And so I think when we talking about voting interests, right?
Yeah.
We talking about political parties, whether left or right.
Correct.
I think that plays a very big role in why we have the voter turnout sometimes that we have.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that
because candidates run off those campaigns.
Right. Yeah. So I think that as a representative of the Democratic Party,
right,
and others such as yourself,
right,
I think it's your duty to try to clean that up so that people that still want to be a part of that party can say, okay, well, we identify with this party wholeheartedly and not lean to the other whatever way to the right. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, it's a shit show at this point.
I'll tell you one thing. There used to be a concern as to what the incentive was to try to hold anybody accountable, anyone running for any office, right? Like, if you don't hold them accountable, then why? And hold them to a point where it's like, well, give me a reason why you give me your vote, right? That became a foreign thing, because now there's no incentive for it, right?
There's no incentive for it. It's all about the lobby.
Changing the position on just the overbearing stance of the LGBTQ community in the Democratic Party would definitely be a bargaining chip.
Right. Yeah.
Is my point. You dig what I'm saying? If you can show some way and some means that, you know what, okay, we understand and recognize that every special interest group has their rights and their position. Right. But we also recognize this shit is getting bull guarded now. You dig what I'm saying? Like,
let's take the politics.
You dig what I'm saying? Like,
because at this point, it's not. That's not a part of politics.
Yeah, it's not a part of politics. We got way more bigger political issues than that.
That's at least some kind of gray area.
And let me also,
you dig what I'm saying?
Let me also say this. You know, a lot of times we can't even just blame the special interest group, because the thing is, we got to take the self-interest in ourselves. And I'm gonna tell you, when it comes to the LGBTQ community, I actually love the ones that's here in South Carolina. The problem is when those national special interest groups weigh into a state that they're not in, they're utilizing their money. So the groups that are here become a victim to our thought process.
And those groups they're heavily funded. Heavily.
It is.
Heavily
but
funded.
You know what can beat that?
What's that?
It's people power.
Yeah.
See, the problem is those who have been swayed away from this movement because of these different special interest groups have locked in. We got something that's larger than money. It's right here in this room.
The people.
Right? It's right here in this room. This vote in June is a primary vote within the Democratic Party to decide who's going to run in November against the Republicans, right? Let me tell you something I just said in a room full of leaders with the Democratic Party. I said the problem is here, it's not so much of just a special interest group, but the problem is the Democrats always want to do a purity test just to say, I want your vote. Instead of just saying, hey, what do y'all want at the table? For us to put as part of our platform when we run against the Republicans. The thing is, they're not coming to these communities to talk to brothers like that.
They're scared.
That's the problem. But I mean, say we got the power.
You have to understand, Democrats lose elections because their messaging sucks.
I can say that.
They have very poor messaging.
I can say that.
And their representation, your representation, the things that you use to represent your party is buffoonery. You get what I'm saying?
I hear you.
So it's like, come on, bro. Like, to me, it's almost insulting as a black man to look at that and say, okay, well, y'all catering to, this is what you think that we as a this is what we represent. You get what I'm saying? So I think the party needs a lot of spring cleaning. Like somebody to come in there and, because I know it's some good people in the party, right? But it's just the faces of the party is giving it a bad name.
You're right. Platform it's everything, but once again, that still comes back on us. It's gonna take self-accountability. At the end of the day, who can change that? We can't. We are over 60% of the registered voters as it comes to those of the Democratic Party. So if we put that aside and say, you know what, we're gonna create the platform, right? That's coming behind brothers like me that is on the slate, right? Because if I make it through the primary, now I become the nominee of the Democratic Party. And that is the platform. Now, there's some strong folks in the Democratic Party, but let me tell you, if they don't see the people power, then they have to sway more towards the money power, right? So I'm not telling us to get the money together and let's move there, but what I am saying is, if we come together as a voting bloc of black people, letting them know we understand we are over 50% of this vote. If we pull them out, I can promise you, they're going to listen to everything that's being stated here. And I'm going to tell you another thing. The deficit is true. The deficit between us and the Republican Party here in South Carolina is an effect from the platform. Because they're talking how they're talking, it totally turns y'all off. So what we do is we learn in the community. Let me go ahead and disengage from this right here. But what I'm saying is we need to have the opposite effect to this. If we see in that platform, we need to take it over, because why? We the majority. If we the majority, we have the power. And that's why I jumped in this race, because I know I will catch the attention of the brothers and strong brothers like y'all in these communities, because that's why I come out here for y'all to say, you know what, this brother pulled up. Let me follow him. Let's get all our communities to vote for him. And once I get as the nominee, I can promise you I don't change my talk again. I'm uncontrolled. That's why I haven't took that money. Special interest groups have came to me, but that's why I didn't take their money. We got to start taking back our power. And this is how we do it. But you're right in what you're saying.
So what do you say about the current political climate, right? Because it was a time when you could have a difference of opinion, right? You can say, okay, well, I'm voting Democrat,
right?
And boss can say I'm voting Republican, and then not be a thing, right? That's your choice.
Yeah.
And everybody's fine, right? We still can come to the cookout, right? But now it's like the political climate is so crazy. It's like, you know what I mean? These niggas is really set tripping out here. You know what I mean? And it's like, what do you say to that?
Well, depending on which groups we're talking about. I mean, right now, again, my number one thing is I don't think.
And I'm just saying, within the black community, I don't know nobody else's experience.
Right.
I can't speak for the white people. I can't speak for any other group.
I'm sure it's happening amongst them too.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, from your experience,
right. Well, again, I feel like our mind frame has caused self-sabotage for our communities. Right. It's our mind frame. A lot of times we have the right mentality as it comes to what it should be and how people should talk. But again, we have decided to disengage from the political process instead of actually taking it over. I'm running on this ticket. I'm not saying take over like, let me just take over this party and then do what I want. But what I am saying is I recognize that our people are the highest percentage. Again, here in Orangeburg, right? We underperform as it comes to the Democratic Party, right? As it comes to Democratic voters, because our brothers have decided they don't talk like we talk. Right. Let's say bump this little purity test going on. If we take it over and show them that we carry the votes, I can promise you they're gonna send every representative they have down here to this town, and they coming to talk to whoever leading that. That's how I even got a part of this process. I'm not a career politician. Right. I think I've been in it so long, people think that I am. But all it was is I started to understand the power of numbers. I understood that those numbers and those missing voters that we losing by in these elections are in the hood. When Tom Steyer came here to South Carolina, called his brother and multiple brothers around this state, he overperformed what they thought, and they were scared.
Yeah, they were scared.
They were scared because they was like, if they take this Tom Steyer infrastructure and move it to these local elections across this
we'll
state,
shut it down. They do it.
They have no more control. Right. So I'm here to break I'm not here just to break the control of the Republican Party. I'm also here to break the control of the establishment thinking they running the Democratic Party. Right. That's our people.
The whole system.
That's our people on y'all ticket.
You know, just the view of politics in general is something that is kind of hypocritical, and the reason I'm saying this is, you know how, like, I was talking about a Nation of Truth earlier being 25 to 50, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know how now the average black man or woman in between 25 to 50 just looks different than they looked 25 years ago. Right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, there's a different kind of sauce to it. There's just a whole different kind of vibe to it, right? And America accepts that. Everybody accepts it. It's not just in our community, right? Why is it that nobody can accept that that's supposed to also apply to politics? Like, it's supposed to look different. If the same people look different, that means that the people that are in these political seats are supposed to look different. Yeah, but it's supposed to have the same different.
They don't term limits.
And so this the
word is term limits.
I think that's a switch. Nobody, we don't want to click that switch.
But every time you mention, okay, so shout out. So let me ask you a question, right? Yeah. Before I even say who I'm talking about, who do you know at 90 years old that has a job? How many 90-year-old, 89-year-old people you know got a job?
Period. period.
But Jim Clyburn has one.
Yeah, right. No, facts though. Facts.
Jim Clyburn has a job.
That's a fact. Which is
He's the
crazy.
talk of the nation right
Crazy.
now.
So what I'm saying to you is, that's not crazy to nobody.
No, but that's just making more of a point.
That's
It's making more of a point. It's making more of a point.
you
It's
know,
supposed to look
it's
different.
like-
It's
At 90 years,
We had strong Thurman.
So-
He was about 97.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
So let me-
Died in the seat.
Let me say this right here. So at 90 years old, your grandma, right? If you still blessed to have a grandma, you still blessed to have a grandma, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you let your grandma drive?
She better not have no damn job. She out there, I don't know
She's
what
not
your
even about to
grandma
do it. I got you, but she ain't even about to do it.
I'm gonna stop right there. And the reason why I brought that up is because these are the people that's making decisions for our country.
That's a fact, man, and it's terrible. It's terrible, and that's the
In my
exact point that I'm making. It's not even just in his seat, but from all.
And I'm not. This ain't got nothing. I'm not down in
That's a fact.
Clyburn. I'm just being honest.
You gotta speak your mind.
That's a fact.
I say this: it's pros and cons to both, right? And I am in agreement. We need a lot of youth starting to take over these seats. That's why I'm running.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you, when it comes to the Clyburn situation, the problem is right now we only have one district that represents us from South Carolina in the White House, and that's his district. And it also falls where we at right now. in this county. So the pros of Clyburn right now that's there, why this political climate we talk about is having, is the fact that he has seniority in the White House, right? The second problem is, before we can ask a man to step down, we got to make sure we put the right person
To replace
there,
it. Yeah, to replace it.
and
Most
that's
times
what we
nobody
start
even
here.
runs though.
They don't.
So
that goes back to the point earlier.
Yeah, right.
That's why they're doing redistricting right now. But I
right.
agree. Don't get me wrong. I agree. It's time for us to put somebody else in that seat, right? But I'm also saying we got to be properly prepared before we make a move like that.
Yeah, that's why I said we got to
We
start
got to take
developing.
him out. I'm pretty sure he has expressed in a few times. I've had sit-downs with him. He's willing to take that, go away from that seat when the right person is there. Because we get the wrong person there, we talk about all the funding that take care of most of these government programs across the state. I remember just a year ago, I was trying to get help for people all across Orangeburg and Calhoun County. Right. But these government assisted non-profits, they were out of funding, right? So what Clyburn does, Congressman, what he does, he's the one that makes sure the funding is allocated from D.C. And us having 6 other congressmen that are all Republican, if we put a freshman in there that's not strong, not bold, we talk about everything that people survive around here cutting off. But I'm still in agreement with what you're saying. The reason it's like that because we have failed, right? Because I'm not in favor of that type of control that line carries, right? So I'm in agreement, but I'm also want to make sure that people I'm not a person that just targets one area. I'm gonna let you understand what the pros and cons are. You feel me? But you're right in what you're saying.
I just think as a community, I don't think that as black men or women, don't really understand politics.
They don't.
That's the first thing.
How it affects them.
Right. No, I'm going there too. But the first thing is they don't really understand it.
They don't
understand it at all.
The second thing is they don't understand how it affects them.
Correct.
And the third thing is when they see that representation, they don't identify with it.
Right. That's a fact.
Triple negative.
So it's like I don't see the importance of becoming a congressman.
Right.
I don't see the importance of becoming a secretary of state because this nigga's a clown.
I ain't trying to be like him.
I ain't want to be like him.
Be like Bud.
You get what I'm saying? So I think that we have to change that, and we have to represent ourselves properly.
That's
when
right.
we get those positions, we have to also make sure that we recognize that we are all eyes on us, man.
Right. That's right.
And we got to make sure that we are doing whatever we're supposed to do on and off that camera to make sure that we move the needle forward.
That's right. Well, you're hitting on the head, man. I mean, our people has lost trust in the process. That's why a lot of what we consider the establishment of the Democratic Party, they're not necessarily in favor of me, right? Because I talk truth to power. You know, I don't leave that out of the conversation. Yeah. We have lost trust in that process. For all the things that you were saying, we don't identify with who these folks are. Yeah. We don't know who they are. that money that we see being spent in all kind of places is not being directed to our people. But let me tell you why I'm running for Secretary of State. I mean, I gave you a foundation of what his job is. But a lot of times when we're talking about we're underfunded in our areas, in our communities, we're talking about the non-profits that's in our area that's been in these roles that's underfunded. Because these corporate non-profits have came in this state, drain all of the doggone resources, and all they want to do is buy the chicken and hot dogs and tell us to bring the people out to the park to do it. What I'm telling you is that's weaponized from the Secretary of State's office. His direct job is to make sure that the charities and the non-profits have access to the proper resources. But because we got that Republican stronghold, what he's decided to do is have more partnership with what I call the corporate non-profits. We know who they are. Them big ones that come through here with them big old signs and got their buildings. And if you walk up in that building, they looking like what you in here for. But as soon as they want to make a portfolio of pictures, they calling on y'all brothers to come out there and bring the grill out. Oh, we'll buy the food. We'll give you a $50 gas card.
Just throw out the label on it.
Let me tell you one of the things I'm talking about. And that's why I'm going into Secretary of State, because we focus a lot on the political positions that we know about. But the Secretary of State is directly weaponizing against our communities. I ain't worried about when it comes to the congressman part just yet. Right now, I want to talk about the Secretary of State. So for instance, there was a group called CAR-RS, right? This was an organization set up to partner with a nonprofit that said they was going to help make breast cancer testing and all these different things across breast cancers affordable in our communities, right? These folks raised $45 million. I ain't making up no numbers, right? $45 million. Guess how much they spent in actually operations? $127,000.
Wow.
Now we talk about deceptive fundraising, right? This is happening because our Secretary of State is supposed to be partnering with the Federal Trade Commission to make sure these type of people are not taking advantage of the vulnerable local businesses and non-profits, right? When we talk about legislation that's passed and what everybody's paying attention to, right? The ones that hit the news, you know, that's what we pay attention to, the redistricting and all this different stuff, right? Our state house members, like the brother Jerry Govan from the area we in, good brother, Senator Russell next door over in Calhoun. Yes, they are the ones that write it. But let me tell you something. Over the House of Representatives, it's two bodies in the State House. You got the House of Representatives, which is our state house members, and we have our senators. Now, over the House of Representatives, something called the Speaker of the House. He's pretty much the chairman of the whole House of Representatives, whether Democrats or Republicans. In the Senate, we have somebody that's called the President of the Senate, right? Same thing, chair. And then we got two other committees called the Judiciary Committee, which is the ones that's deciding this redistricting. Now, there's a House chair over the Judiciary Committee and the Senate chair. All right, so you heard them 4 positions I just called out, right? So there's a committee with those 4 positions and the Secretary of State.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Heard that again? Now I'm talking about the 4 most powerful people in the State House sit on a quasi committee with the Secretary of State. And the reason I say quasi because it's a committee that's not really bonded in the State House, but it happens.
It would have happened.
And he pretty much chairs this committee, and his job is to help draw up the blueprints that they push out. So we're looking at these people that's over the House, Representatives, Senate, and the Judiciary Committee, but you heard what I just said?
Yeah.
But when you heard somebody saying, let's go get that Secretary of State. This man has been able to be a ghost in office because he's not seen as a political giant. But if he's the one chairing this committee that's got drawn up the blueprint for everything we see,
he can't come.
Come on now, brothers. The power is with this man behind the scenes. One thing we know about the streets. Let me tell you why I don't come back on the streets. I ain't gonna take up the whole mic, but the point I'm making is the reason that the powers in our community is not just the numbers, is that we understand street smartness. We understand warfare. Because we've been fighting and being traumatized since kids. We've been battling in these communities. So one thing we know, it ain't the joker that's pointing the finger that's saying go get him. It's the one behind the scenes that got the influence of that person. I'm telling you, that person as the shot caller.
Yeah, the shot
that's
caller.
behind the scenes is the Secretary of State.
Yeah.
But you ain't gonna read that on.
Yeah, they ain't gonna
They gonna
publicize
tell you,
that.
well, he just signed up.
It's gonna be some guy nobody even thought of. They ain't even
And so
broadcasting that election.
My
Like, you know what I mean?
opponent, she's a lady from United Kingdom. And what she wants to do, she's very intelligent, very qualified as it comes to business, so she says. You know, but my largest thing with her, she want to make this position unpolitical. She wants to say, oh no, we just need to be a watchdog for the business registrations and making sure local businesses and nonprofits don't take advantage. Let me tell you something. I'm not against people coming into our state and being and making themselves at home, but that's the difference from somebody who's been in the state and been in the trenches, that we understand we don't need a watchdog. Most of our people making mistakes as it comes to local business and charities in our community. We don't need another watchdog trying to make sure we're doing wrong. Half of it is because we haven't got the proper information. They just tell us to send up $150 and get an LLC.
And get registered.
We don't need a watchdog.
Yeah.
We need somebody to show us how to get these resources.
Yeah, how to get them
But
grants.
the point I'm making, she's trying to make this position unpolitical. She runs on saying this position needs to be unpolitical. It needs to just deal with the business registrations and the charities and all this good stuff. No. Anybody that's behind the scene that's politically influencing all these offices, we need to make it known that it's political.
Right.
And we need to make sure that's on the table that he's being a political advocate and using his influence. So when I get in there, it's gonna be very political. Because the same way I hold these folks accountable around me, I'm doing the same thing in the State House. No. Let's go form that same committee we got here. Let me talk to y'all. Just to call the Secretary of
Shut the
State
committee down now.
I'll say this too, which I may not know. In November, they are gonna purge up to 200,000 voters from the voter rolls, right? 200,000. Now, most of the time, our communities lose because of these same numbers. This is the reason the Republicans got a super majority. Because I'm saying this, guys, because I want us to get off the focus of the platforms they got. Let's take that out of our mind and understand why we're under the pressure we're under right now. These Republicans got a super majority in the State House, which means they don't even need the vote of the Democratic legislators in that State House, which means they can pass whatever law they want as long as they ain't arguing with each other. They can pass a law right now and say, as a black man, you got to be in the House by 9 o'clock. And ain't nothing the Democrats really can do about it unless they got influence. This happened because we pushed the agenda of your vote don't count. Our vote not counting, blah, 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 has caused them to get a super majority. The super majority happened because every county has lost most of their Democratic representation. Get where I'm going? We almost lost Jerry Govan here when they redistricted them out.
I remember.
So the point I'm making in us withdrawing from this process have gave these folks a super majority when they can pass whatever they want, and they showing us right now, they saying it out loud in these meetings that they don't care about what position they put us in. So we need to take back that State House. If you ain't got no other motivation,
let's get that.
we need to take back that State House, and we got the doggone votes. And if I was Secretary of State, I would take so much charge over that election commission that's controlling them voter rolls, that's gonna purge all them 200,000 people. Us as black people in the positions we've been in, even in the streets, we don't let nobody tell us what our responsibilities is. If I'm in power, you ain't gonna tell me nothing. I'm gonna go down to the election commission office and say, hey, this is how stuff need to be done, right? Be an advocate. But let me pipe that down and let y'all. This serious business, guys. This serious business.
But yeah, man. So midterms. When are the midterms?
Right now.
Right now. Mm-hmm. So right now, people need to go out and vote for Secretary of State.
Yes, sir.
Your name would identify on the ballot as what now?
Jason Belton.
Jason Belton.
That's right.
So tomorrow, how long is the midterm?
So the early voting is from May 26th, I think, to June 4th. We need to start having I-Vote parties all across this state. Mm-hmm. You go and get your I-Vote ticket, you get in the party free later on that night, you know. But yeah, May 26th to June 4th, and the actual primary election outside of early voting is June the 9th.
Social media handles, websites, what you guys, people come check you out on?
Yeah, so Jason Belton 4SC, and it's FORSC.com. My socials on Facebook, I just gotta get used to all that. It's about the same. I think it's Jason Belton 4SC. You know, but online I tell you all that. But yeah.
You got any speaking engagements coming up?
Yeah, I got them all over. I usually post them on Facebook. Now, a lot of the Democratic Party has been mad. I have been showing up to a lot of the Democratic forums. I show up as much as I can. because my issue is I'm tired of going into the room with the Democratic Party's tier 1 voters. They coming out to vote anyway. I'm spending my time getting in these communities to let our people know we about to be oppressed at if we don't come out and vote.
Education part.
So I'm all over and I'm asking y'all, put something together. I don't care if it's 15 people in your neighborhood in one house. I come through there and buy the hot dogs and the cakes just for me to sit down and talk. I don't want your money. I don't want your money. I want your vote so that we can change the trajectory of this state, man. This is serious.
Next week is another week, gentlemen.
Yes, sir. Right back at it.
Right back at it like a crack addict.
I love it.
You know what I mean? Boss, what you got going on next week?
Oh man, next week, man, preparing. I got June coming up, and June I'll be doing a lot, bouncing around. So, you know, like I said, closing off this school year with my daughter, you know what I'm saying, getting her set up and right, and taking off. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna be in and out.
That's what's up. Q, what you got?
Hey man, coming up for the week. Well, this week particularly, I got my niece graduating Friday, man. So shout out to her.
Congrats.
You know what I'm saying? Really, really big for her. Next couple of weeks, like I was telling you guys before, man. The weekend going into June, I'll take a vacation. You dig what I'm talking about? Like, where it's so big for me, man. I've never done it. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I've never done it. You dig what I mean? Like,
with your boys, right?
Yeah. You dig what I mean? Like, so big for me, man. So that's gonna be a thing. You know what I mean? Like, but outside of that, man, it's the same regular. I've been, you know, kind of putting some work together in the studio this past week. Probably do more of the same this coming weekend. Again, man, QUEZEE. All streaming platforms. Check bro out. Your second perspective coming soon. Perspective intro out right now. I'ma be cool right now, bro. Y'all check that out, bro. Check it out for real. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Good brother, what you got going on next week, man?
Man, first I want to say I love the vibe here, man. Appreciate y'all coming out.
Yeah, man.
Put back in the setting when I was an artist out here. I used to have a song called Boss for Real. Still standing. Devil phone is on, they'll tell you I'm a boss for real.
Okay.
I done made it through the storm and the mud, took it all for real.
Okay.
There you go.
I talk it cause I live it and it's all for real.
Yeah.
I'm a boss for real.
Come on now.
But I will say, man,
Come on now.
I love the fact that y'all say y'all doing your things with y'all family, man. You know, in the Bible and Timothy, and I ain't getting too much faith, but God is the reason I'm here, and the reason I beat that case, and the reason I was able to transition over to do what I believe God's will for me to do. But I love what y'all said, because, you know, in Timothy, the 3rd chapter, it speaks before you can take any type of office in the church or in the public, you got to manage your own home first. So I love the fact what you doing that, brother. I love the fact that y'all give me opportunities for me to do this. The only thing I'm doing from here, man, is knocking doors personally, letting folks know what's going on, letting them know what they need to look out for, man. But y'all keep doing what you're doing. I love this here. Call me back anytime. I love it, man.
Yeah, man.
Already.
Listen, man, next week is another week, man. Listen, man, we back at it, man. Going to get the bag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My son he had his quickest time yesterday at the track meet yesterday.
Let me find out.
13 something in 100.
In the 100?
Yeah.
Wait,
He was pretty stoked.
He was getting skinny.
Yeah.
He was getting little like
Shout out to him, man.
What's up, man?
But yeah, man, everything's smooth, man. We getting back to it, man, and you know, hopefully the good master provides and gives us another day and another week and another year and another decade, or wherever it goes. You know what I mean? So that's what we on, man. But man, thank you for pulling up to the show, brother.
Absolutely.
Anytime you want to come back, man, just tap in, let the folks know, man. And when you do win, pull back up again.
I'm gonna call Clyburn and tell him he need to come here too.
Yeah. Tell Clyburn, come on.
Let's sit down.
Yeah, man.
We gonna groom him somebody right here.
The whole fact. Tell him pull on up, man. Tell him pull on up. We have it on
You
up.
already know.
Yeah, man. But listen, my boy to the right, who you be?
Man, I'll be boss man, the man with the plan out here.
My boy to the left, who you be?
Hey, it's your man QZ, ball buddy from the bird with the beard, man.
My boy to the left, who you be?
Man, Jason Belton, man, the bald head political guy.
Yeah, I'm your host of the most, Carolina Slim, man. We out here late night, baby.
You got me on? Business, you got me on? Ready to go? Ready to go? Yeah. Dixie boys, baby. It's been a minute. Yeah, I got my niggas in. It's all about stick and move. Can't wear other niggas' shoes. Making decisions, precision. It's all about power move. Lay low and stack your bread. What them niggas said. They out here broken, disgusted. Them busters broke the state. It's all about having things. Ain't all about diamond rings. Take care of your people, my nigga. Make sure your family straight. Grinding and shining, nigga. That's part of the game. Shining by yourself, the nigga, your bitch ass lame. This ain't no fun out here balling by yourself. You end up getting all the calls called by the real. The only one to blame in the game is yourself. Now nigga on the bench looking sick, needing help. Now was it worth the power and numbers, nigga? The world is yours, so put your niggas on the floor and boy, I bet you score. Everything you want is in your hand. Till your homie gon' take a stand. Still wanna be the man. I'm just a struggling nigga out here telling I'm just living my life. I'm just living my life. And if you ain't my grinding, shining, taking care of mine, then you ain't doing it right. See when you on your grind, you don't got time for all that petty shit. You living your life. I'm just living my life. So tighten up your pants, they fuck with me, saying your name. Make sure you doing it right. Make sure you doing it right. Make sure you doing it right.
Big shit, man.
Hey, listen, man. I just want to thank everybody for supporting the Late Night Podcast, man.
Yeah, big shit.
Hey, give them a round of applause. That
Big
at
shit
least.
already, man. Damn
You know what I'm saying?
Even if your teeth is tote.
Even if you got the base yellow teeth, man. Thank y'all. We appreciate y'all, man. All the niggas that don't wear deodorant that watch this shit, man. Thank y'all, man.
We got some shirts.
Yeah, man.
We got some shirts. We got some shirts. You know,
All the dirt. Hey, listen, man. I'm shouting out all the dirty dick niggas that watch this shit, man. Thank y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? All the women right here that sell their food stamps that watch this, man. Thank you, homie.
Shout out to Sam.
Hey, guess what? If you want somebody to buy them, hey, get the inbox. Yeah, we buy food stamps. But anyway, man.
Disclaimer.
Hey, message.
I'm